Hey, let me tell you something. Life short, smoke a port on a port. In New York, calculating like a dork. Kill Bill, track suit, supreme shorts. Life short, what it's worth, it's worth.
What is up, guys? It is your boy Youngster05 back here today with another video. Today I'm going to be uploading what if Naruto had magnet release. Now I'm gonna call it Iron Sand because I don't know, I don't know. I'm just gonna call it Iron Sand. You know, Sasori Sand. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be thinking of. It's made out of wind and earth. So yeah, magnet release. What if Naruto had magnet release? Now, starting off, it's the Nine-Tails attack inside the Hidden Leaf. Shinobi's all around, and civilians inside the Hidden Leaf are scared. They don't know what's going on. The Nine-Tails has attacked the Hidden Leaf, and they weren't prepared. They weren't prepared for this. The third Hokage says, "Shinobi, go out there and fight the Nine-Tails, and tell the other Shinobi around, getting, tuning, and just joining to go collect the civilians and pick them up and direct them where to go." So they go where they need to go, and then we're gonna get to where Minato and the Masked Man are battling. So I'm gonna make Minato have Earth style, which he already has Wind style, so I'm just gonna add on Earth style to make magnet released. Now he does magnet release, Iron Sand shower. Basically, he turns the iron sand around him to sin bonds, and he launches them toward the enemy. The magnet release sin bonds don't have to be released by him. It can be released by like iron sand from the nearby area. So he does an iron sand basically sin bond shower, and the Masked Man, he just kamui all of it. But Minato, he decides to go behind the Masked Man and Rasengan him. Now basically the Masked Man's mask almost comes off, but he slaps it back on and says, "Nice try." Then they go forward. Now what Minato is thinking in his head, he thinks, "Let me do this jutsu." And he does magnet release, Iron Sand shield, and he makes a shield. Now the Masked Man just goes through the shield, and Minato says, "Got you." He figures out that he has a Raijin seal on him, that when he can teleport behind him. So basically, Minato says, "You always have to look around your surroundings." Then he's behind him and does. Now since he has magnet release, he's decided to train after he perfected Rasengan to add magnet release on there. So it's basically a magnet release Rasengan, and Rasengan's the Masked Man. Now basically what happens is that the Masked Man says, "Nice try," and then Minato says, "What?" Then Minato sees that the Masked Man disappears, and then Minato rushes towards Kushina, where she is by the Nine-Tails, and she's battling the Nine-Tails with the Uzumaki chains. Naruto's there. He's just sitting in that crate. Minato says, "Kushina, I have to save him. Get out the way." And Kushina says, "No, it's our burden." And then they both die from the Nine-Tails claw going inside both of them. Minato seals the Nine-Tails inside of Naruto, and Kushina's still alive before seeing that the third Hokage comes when the barrier is down. Now the third Hokage says, "Kushina, what?" And then Kushina says, "Don't worry, just name him Naruto Uzumaki, for people around the Shinobi land doesn't come to the leaf and destroy it when it's already underneath destruction." And the Hokage says yes. Then Kushina dies. Now, eight years later, and Naruto's just a little kid. He goes around starting trouble. He picks up a new jutsu called Earth Style Mud Wall. Now, he's just doing this for fun. He just goes to shops, and then he does Earth Style Mud Wall, and he blocks the shops away. Then, yeah, he gets a lot of trouble. He paints on the stone faces of the Hokages. He doesn't listen to everybody. People call him the reason why the whole entire leaf got destroyed, but it's not true. The third Hokage comes to his house time and time to give him some food and money to pay the rent. Let's just say he pays the rent by himself with the money that the third Hokage gives him, and he buys his own food. He also he also eats a lot of ramen. You know, he stores that ramen from the ramen shop. Now people around him, they told their children not to go towards him, and then Naruto, he decides to just train super hard, because in the academy, he's like that kid who's very smart, but he doesn't use his talent to use. So he decides to go inside that forest that he always goes to, and decides to train his butt off. He decides to train on the earth-style mud wall and different uses. Now, when using this, he actually picked up a new jutsu. This jutsu is magnet release, iron, sand, spike. Now, he figures out he has magnet release, but he's confused about what this jutsu is until he asks one of the shinobis. And he's like, you have that type of Kekkei Genkai? Magnet release? Oh my gosh. Then he says, stay here. And then he says, matter of fact, come with me. Then he goes to the third Hokage's office, and the shinobi talks to the third Hokage secretly. He says, he has a Kekkei Genkai called magnet release. The third Hokage says, okay, just leave him alone. Now Naruto goes back to that forest, and he keeps working on iron, sand, spike. Basically, it gathers up the iron sand around and creates a long spike that easily pierces their enemy. Now Naruto just pierces trees, and the pierce just have a big hole. Now, he also learns magnet release, iron sand shower. We already talked about that. And now, when he does these jutsus, he just gets stronger and stronger every single day. It's like him getting stronger is like constantly repeating. Now, he passes the academy. The Mitsuki thing with the scroll, it doesn't happen because he's just already skilled and he knows multi-shadow clone jutsu. Now, I'm gonna spice things up a little bit. Sasuke, he sees Naruto in the forest. Well, he goes in the forest to the train. He sees Naruto. Sasuke says, how you doing, weak Naruto? And Naruto says, shut up! I want to become Hokage and show everybody that I'm supposed to be respected. Sasuke says, keep dreaming, you brat. Naruto says, you want to go? And Sasuke says, I'll beat you to a pulp. You can't even touch me. Naruto says, would bet that, and he blitzes behind Sasuke. He's very fast. Even like he's not like Gaara, just a defense person. He actually goes towards the opponent. Now Sasuke says, how did he get there? He's behind me. And then Naruto is about to punch Sasuke, but he stops and says, let's not do this. You're already too weak for me. And Sasuke says, let's go. I don't have to take on nobody like you. You're just a nobody that nobody cares about. I lost everybody that I have. And Naruto says, I was there when my parents have died. You were just there to see them die at the last second. Naruto says, you don't even know the true pain. You might be a Uchiha, yeah? But you don't understand what people and shinobis go through. They go through death in life. Then Sasuke says, Naruto, you're just a big brat. You know nothing. You're just a little rat roaming around the leaf. You should get exterminated, and I'll be the one to do that. And Sasuke says, take my words for granted. And Naruto says, you really gonna do that, Sasuke? But I'm the one that's stronger here. Just keep dreaming. Then they go figure out their teams, and Kakashi has Naruto, Sasuke. Then when Naruto and Sasuke hear the names, Naruto and Sasuke is mad at each other. They start saying, well, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna be the strongest person on Kakashi's team. And then they say the girl's name, Hinata. Ino and Sakura look at Hinata saying, do you want to switch? Do you want to switch? Wanting to be on Sasuke's team because they like him. Now Hinata says, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't want to switch. Now Ino says, you have to switch. Isn't Naruto too stupid? Plus, I gotta knock some sweet sense into him. And then Sakura says, I have to too. And then Hinata says, I'm fine. Kakashi meets up with all three of them. He says, what are your goals? Hinata says, I want to become the strongest. I want to become a strong shinobi and be strong as everybody on their level. Sasuke says, I want to get revenge on the person that killed my whole entire family and my clan. I will kill them and make sure they stay dead. Kakashi looks at Sasuke, knowing that he's from the Uchiha clan. And then Naruto says, I want to become Hokage. Now, Kakashi says, meet me back tomorrow for the belt test. And then it's the next day. Kakashi says 3, 2, 1, and the belt test has started. Now, this will be very fast since Kakashi doesn't want to take on Naruto because he has magnet release. Knowing that if he goes up to Naruto and tries to do any jutsu, it won't happen. So Sasuke does blazing fireball jutsu, and he throws 3 shurikens inside the fireball jutsu. Well, basically flame fireball jutsu. And Kakashi does water cell, water wall, burning out the blazing fireball jutsu, but the shurikens still go to Kakashi. Hinata goes up behind Kakashi and does gentle palm. And then that stops one of his chakra points. Kakashi just letting that happen because he does see what's going to happen. So he poofs, and that was a shadow clone. Naruto sees that Kakashi's actually in the forest, and he makes shadow clones and says, "Go now!" And then they all do magnet release, iron sand spike, creating iron spikes, and then they collage it together to make one big spike, throwing it inside the forest. Kakashi sees this and says, I have no choice but to do it. And he does Chidori, breaking the sand apart. But Naruto teleports, basically blitz speed behind Kakashi. Kakashi knows that Naruto's behind him, and they start doing taijutsu. Boom, boom, boom. And then Naruto does Earth Style, Stone Pistol, shooting out pistol-like earth rocks at Kakashi. Kakashi just dodging them with his Sharingan. And then Kakashi says, you're a talented person. And Naruto says, I know I am. Behind Kakashi. That was just a shadow clone. And then Naruto says, never underestimate the Uzumaki clan. Naruto! And then he spawns shadow clones. Naruto, 2K. Then one of them do magnet release, iron sand shield, blocking up a shield on the ground. For when Kakashi lands, it hurts. Now they do magnet release, iron sand shower. Basically Sinbons that are iron. Basically iron sand turns to Sinbons and then just launch it at Kakashi. And Kakashi's in the middle of every single shadow clone. And then Kakashi says, I have no other choice. And he says, now! Wind style! Now! And the wind style blocks off everything that's going towards him. But Naruto's actually by Kakashi, and he says, barrage! Kicking Kakashi down. And then Kakashi says, well, you guys are good enough. You guys pass. And that's the end of the bell test. And this is the end of the video too. So I hope you guys like, subscribe, and share this video. Let's get to 5 likes for part 2.